from Pakistan. A massive bomb blast was reported in Quetta in Pakistan's Balochistan province that has resulted in an injury to the multiple individuals. Republic, in fact, gets you the first visuals of the blast. Local media has already reported that the explosion took place in a secure area near Quetta in police headquarters and the entrance of the Quetta cantonment. In fact, let's just quickly go across to our colleagues who would be joining us in a short while from now. In fact, we'll go across to our Pakistani reporter Kaswar in a short while from now. But what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, the current situation in Pakistan. Over the last few days, we've gotten you multiple reports which essentially indicates that there is absolute pandemonium inside Pakistan. Multiple attacks have taken place. TTP has taken responsibility of some of the attacks that have taken place in the last 1 week, in Peshawar in particular. The fact that there was a blast that took place inside a mosque, resulting in the death of over 100 people. And now this happens inside Quetta. In fact, we'll go full frame with that first picture of the blast that has now been accessed by Republic TV, in which you can clearly look at get a sense of the intensity of the blast. Now, there has also been a massive war of words between Pakistan as well as Afghanistan. Afghanistan has clearly washed their hands off, saying that it is Pakistan who is responsible for their current situation and Afghanistan has nothing to do with it. On the other hand, we've seen that while terrorist activities still continue in various parts of Pakistan, they're also facing a massive economic crisis. And that economic crisis is not restricted to just one particular area, but spreads across the country, from food riots that are taking place to the fact that the foreign exchange reserves have also plummeted. Now what you see is a result of increased activities of the TTP. We are at this point in time not very sure as to who exactly is behind the blast that took place in Quetta, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first picture of the Quetta blast that has been accessed by Republic TV. We'll try and go across to our Pakistani reporter Kaswar in a short while from now. Perhaps we'll also be getting you some more defense experts to get you a sense of what's really happening. So, on the one hand, in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, especially in Gilgit-Baltistan, where there have been increased protests, then you have in Balochistan also multiple cases of mysterious disappearances, and that is only because there is a brewing protests that are taking place against the administration. And essentially, the TTP flexing its muscles in various parts of the country, resulting in skirmishes, and also the fact that they've carried out blasts at police stations have been attacked. And this, ladies and gentlemen, in Quetta also happens to be at the police headquarters where the blast has actually taken place. What you see right now on your screens is moments after the blast took place, and then the security forces scrambling to ensure that they can cordon off the entire area. We're also showing you the picture, the first picture of the blast, the entrance that you see. We'll just quickly once again go full frame with that visual and then perhaps move to the other big story that we're going to get you right now. In fact, the explosion comes at the back of the horrific Peshawar blast where about 100 people died. Right now on your screens, the first image of the Quetta blast, where we are being told that at least 5 people have been injured. And that's the latest now coming in from Pakistan. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Balochistan province where the blast has taken place. And the fact of the matter is that in Balochistan itself, several of these activities of the Pakistani government have been completely exposed. Remember, there has been the army essentially trying to suppress the protests that have taken place in Balochistan, and the fact that Balochis also have been protesting about the presence of the Pakistani army. And this is not the first time that we are essentially looking at what is really happening right now. Colonel Rohit Dev is joining us on this broadcast. Colonel Dev, we've accessed the first image of the blast that has taken place in Quetta. What's important to point out here is that it comes at the back of the Peshawar blast, the situation only worsening with every passing day. The fact that this has happened in Balochistan province, it really does not augur well for the Pakistani government.
That's correct. I agree with what's happened because for how long will tyranny of Pakistan establishment for how long their wrath through, means of force, be able to quell the humanitarian aspect of the Balochis. I'm a firm believer that it's very difficult to quell that, and they have done everything in their book and out of the book to try to squash that for the last few decades. They even used, brute force, even armored hectors against them. So it's a time when all this will happen. And I'm not too sure whether it's happening directly from the Balochi side only, because Pakistan itself is into a turmoil where a lot of these factions, which are terrorist organizations homegrown in Pakistan for various reasons, whether it be to support the movement in Afghanistan during the Cold War era, or it is to do things across the border towards India, or it is those factions which are having links with the deep state. So this will continue in Pakistan, and it's certainly geopolitically, thinking nothing we should be, too much concerned about, because Pakistan has dug its own grave. And to come out of this, it will take a different kind of a call in the Pakistani polity, their ISI, their army, and I don't think so it's going to happen in the near future. So they are going to go down and down in this abyss of terrorism. They're going to go down in an economic turmoil. They're not going to come out of it. And these factions, and you saw the last blast as well, it was more on Shia mosque. So they are nobody's friend actually. The Pakistani ISI is a very big game plan for such events as well. And notwithstanding all this, the Balochis have a right to
Colonel Dev.
fight what is right. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Colonel Dev, for putting this into perspective. Sorry to interrupt you abruptly, but we're running short of time. Moving on to the other big story that we're getting to you. Well, the next story in the edition today is coming in from Rajasthan. A robber wanted in several states who was carrying a reward of about 1.15 lakh rupees on him was arrested after an encounter in Rajasthan's Dholpur district. The robber, identified as Keshav Gurjar, was wanted in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh as well as Madhya Pradesh. He was arrested following a gunfight with the police during which he suffered an injury on his leg. But how did the operation take place? What really transpired in the intervening night of 4th and 5th of February? Take a look at this detailed report where Republic is reporting from Ground Zero.
देर रात हो चुकी है और रिपब्लिक की टीम बिल्कुल बीहड़ों में है और ग्राउंड जीरो पे है और यहाँ पे सर्चिंग चल रही है। आप देख सकते हैं हथियारबंद पुलिस के ये वो कमांडोज हैं जो धौलपुर पुलिस के साथ में है। धौलपुर एसपी जो है धर्मेंद्र सिंह वो यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं। आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से यहाँ विषम परिस्थितियों में डांग बीहड़ों में जंगल में ये आप देख सकते हैं अंधेरे में ही यहाँ पे कॉम्बिंग करनी पड़ती है और इस तरीके से ये कॉम्बिंग जो है वो होती है। और यहाँ मैं अपने विजनलिस्ट से कहूँगा महेश कि थोड़ा सा देख करके आएँ और ये विषम परिस्थितियाँ जो हैं ये बताती हैं कि पुलिस के लिए कितना चैलेंजिंग जॉब ये रहता है। यहाँ इस तरीके से आप देख सकते हैं इसी तरीके के पेड़ के नीचे जो डाकू होते हैं चंबल के वो अपना रहन सहन करते हैं और इसी तरीके से यहाँ पे सर्चिंग ऑपरेशन को अंजाम दिया जा रहा है। पूरा सर्च किया जा रहा है क्योंकि किसी के ऊपर 1 लाख का इनाम है तो किसी के ऊपर 25,000 का और 3 स्टेटों की पुलिस के लिए सरदर्द बन चुके गैंगस्टर और आरोपी अपराधियों की ये सबसे मुफीद जगह है जहां पर राजस्थान पुलिस के वो जवान हैं जो लगातार दबिश दे रहे हैं। गहरे जंगल में गहरी रात और अंधेरे के बीच में इस तरीके के ऑपरेशन को अंजाम दिया जा रहा है और सभी लोगों ने बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट पहनी हुई है क्योंकि कहीं से भी किसी भी वक्त आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ फायर हो सकता है। लेकिन हम यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं और ग्राउंड जीरो पर आपको वो ऑपरेशन दिखा रहे हैं जहाँ बीहड़ में लोग आने से कतराते हैं और डरते हैं।
It's time for a special report, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of great pride for India as